Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our presentation today would be a book review. I will tell you guys about the book details. The title of this book is Religion and Pluralistic Coexistence, The Muhibah Perspective, a collection of seminar papers. The author of this book is Kamar Oniah Kamaruzaman. This book was published by IIUM Press, International Islamic University, Malaysia. The place of the book publication is International Islamic University, Malaysia. This book was published at the 2010 as the first edition, and the book was reprint in the year of 2013. This book has 313 pages. The content of this book is divided into three sections. The first section focuses on the issue of religion within a pluralistic society, defining muhibah and its significance, while the section 2 covers interfaith initiatives, including dialogue and engagement. And the section 3 addresses social responsibility, justice, and peace. And the chapter that we choose to discuss today is chapter 6, 7, 10, 11, and 14. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atika Alia binti Muhammadin, and today we would discuss about our book review. We would like to present several topics from the book entitled Religion and Pluralistic Coexistence. I would start with the introduction first. Firstly, the book emphasized muhibah or benevolence and regard for one another as the cornerstones of peaceful coexistence and advocates religion as a unifying force in heterogeneous society. Secondly, building trust and true understanding across religious boundaries requires sincere interfaith discussion based on integrity and respect. Then, by highlighting both distinctive perspective and universal human values, a cooperative study of religions like Buddhism and Islam dispels prejudice and promotes respect for one another. Then, maintaining one's religious roots while developing compassion and tolerance for differing viewpoints is a sign of true religious commitment. Besides that, moral principles that are common to all religions, such as duty, fairness, and compassion, can bring people together to overcome global problems like poverty and conflict. Besides that, Muhibah urged realistic group initiatives to create enduring harmony in various civilizations through community involvement, legislations, and education.
In research methodology, it involves a qualitative analysis. The study aims to critically examine the central themes and arguments presented in the book and assess their relevance to the discourse on interfaith harmony and social responsibility in a multi-religious society, particularly in the Malaysian context. This research adopts a qualitative, thematic approach analyzing the outdoors discussion on the concept of muhibbah, goodwill, religious coexistence, and civic duty. The analysis centers on selected chapters that address key topics such as religious pluralism, ethical engagement in interfaith dialogue, and the role of individual responsibility in promoting peace and unity. The analysis employs thematic coding to identify recurring motifs such as mutual respect, justice, ethical responsibility, and inclusivity. In addition, a comparative lens is applied by relating the book's insights to other scholarly contributions in the field of religious studies and interfaith relations.
5 items from this book. First, importance of knowing one's own religion first. Must deeply understand one's own belief, theology, scriptures, doctrines, and rituals before studying or teaching other religions. Prevent confusions, unintentional blending, or adopting elements that may harm one's peace. Second, similar on the surface, different in essence. Some theological ideas may look similar but are fundamentally different upon closer analysis. Examples: monotheism. Islam and Judaism share a closer concept compared to Christianity, resurrection, and afterlife, shared belief, but understood differently by each religion. Next, importance of education and awareness. Communities must be educated about the significance of interfaith dialogue to prevent misunderstandings. Religious leaders play a critical role in ensuring dialogues are conducted harmoniously. Next, best practices for dialogue. Dialogue should be conducted with openness, honesty, and mutual respect. Clear guidelines should be established to prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. Next, link to global justice and peace. Global justice and peace require individuals to respect human rights, oppose violence, exploitation, and discrimination, promote equity, sustainability, and cooperation. If everyone took personal responsibility seriously, understanding that their actions have consequences not just for themselves, but for the broader global community, then the collective impact would be significant. It could lead to a more just, peaceful, and compassionate world. 5 items from this book. Number 1. Common items of ethics, family ethics and responsibilities. Religions like Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and others all stress family values as path to peace. When people grow up in respectful and caring families, they are more likely to become peaceful and responsible members of the global community. In today's world, promoting family ethics helps reduce violence, misunderstanding, and conflict. It strengthens human relationships and leads to a more peaceful and just society. Number 2, religious teaching on forgiveness and reconciliation. Most major world religions emphasize forgiveness as a spiritual and social virtue. Whether it's the Christian concept of turning the other cheek, the Islamic value of pardoning, or the Buddhist practice of letting go of anger, forgiveness plays a major role in conflict resolution. First, forgiveness as a moral responsibility. Number 2, the power of reconciliation in healing broken communities. Number 3, spiritual rewards of forgiving others. Number 3, building a culture of peace, truth, religious values. Religions provide not just personal ethics but also community-wide principles. Chapter 11 probably highlights how religions religious leaders can guide society towards peace. Moral teachings in sacred texts discourage violence and promote justice. 3. Ethical living, when widely practiced, contributes to global harmony. Next, understanding life and existence. Different religions offer various views on the meaning of life and human existence. However, they all emphasize moral responsibility, the connection to the Creator, and living a meaningful life. By understanding each other's beliefs, we foster empathy and respect. Next, humankind and the universe. Humans are part of a larger creation. We are entrusted with the responsibility to care for the world, not exploit it. This harmony between humans and nature reflects our inner peace and ethical duty. Living in balance with the universe is a sign of moral awareness and spiritual maturity.
Comment and opinion on this book. The book promotes open and respectful interfaith dialogue, emphasizes understanding one's own religion first before others, highlight shared universal values like justice, compassion, and peace, provide fair and objective comparison between religions, offer practical suggestions applicable in diverse societies. My opinion on this book is it's highly relevant for multi-religious contexts like Malaysia. Tolerance means respectful understanding, not compromising faith. Ethical dialogue should be promoted at all community levels. Religion should be seen as a unifying force, not a divider. Focus on empathy and value-based education is crucial for harmony.
So, for the conclusion, religion and pluralistic coexistence, the Muhibah perspective presents a compelling collection of scholarly insights into how diverse religious communities can coexist peacefully through mutual respect and cooperation. Focusing on selected chapters, the book emphasizes the importance of understanding, tolerance, and dialogue in fostering interfaith harmony. In addition to the values of tolerance and mutual understanding, the Muhibah approach also emphasizes the importance of social responsibility among people of different faiths. This means that in a multi-religious society, we are not just living side by side, but we also carry a shared responsibility to support and protect each other, especially in times of need. For example, during natural disasters or community emergencies, a society guided by the spirit of Muhibah will naturally set aside religious or racial difference and instead stand together in solidarity. This is the kind of universal human compassion that this book highlights, one that transcends boundaries and nurtures a more peacefully world. Overall, the book effectively illustrates the relevance of the Muhibah approach as a valuable framework for promoting peace, respect, and unity in diverse communities. They must grow organically through education, open communication, and a culture of mutual respect that begins early, especially in schools, families, and community institutions. In fact, one of the most powerful tools to building a Muhibah-based society in education, when we teach young people to respect other faiths, to appreciate diversity, and to listen with empathy, we are planting the seeds of long-lasting peace. Interfaith programs, joint community activities, and inclusive public messaging are all practical ways to put these values into action. Ultimately, I believe the Muhibah perspective is not just a theoretical concept, it is a practical and necessary framework for real life, something we can all apply in our everyday interaction, whether at school, at work, or even with our neighbors. If every individual embraced these spirits, showing kindness across differences, seeking understanding instead of judgment, we will be one step closer to building a truly united and harmonious society. That is the core message I took from this book, and I hope it inspires us all to reflect and act accordingly. That's all. Thank you.